And we're rolling.
We're back.
We're back. Hi, Flosstube.
Hi, everybody.
So, we're in a new spot, but we are back. It has been a while. Feels good.
Feels really good to be back.
So this is...
I'm telling you, we had a lot of things to coordinate in order to do it today.
Yes, so this is Flosstube number 31, but it has been... We should have looked. A year and a half since our last video. 2 years, maybe even.
Yeah.
It's just life. And we did have a little teaser trailer that I created.
We're stepping it up with the technology. We're actually using like a new iPad. We're using Alison's brand new iPad.
This is true. So, we look at our new digs, our new area.
Yeah, we're in my new craft room.
Yes, tell them where we are.
So...
Oh, we should also say, first off, we're rusty. It's been a while. We are Stitching Social.
Stitching Social.
So I'm Alison.
And I'm Jennifer.
And we are back. We're a little rusty, so we're just going to go with it.
Maybe we should talk about the fact that we're sisters. We should tell them that we're sisters. So, if you're new, we are sisters. And...
It was very dramatic.
We're both sisters. We have another sister that doesn't do cross stitch. Our mom stitches. We have a brother who doesn't do cross stitch. And...
Do you think they can hear my chair?
I don't know. She's on my daughter's chair, Adriana's chair. Yeah,
so we were going to say where we are. So we've never filmed from this
No, our last video was, I think, on Zoom or something like that. I don't know. Oh, was it when we went to the needle workshop?
No, I think it was in
my
kitchen.
Problem. We don't do it very often, so we forget. Oh, it was in your kitchen.
It's my kitchen. But you know what? This is one of our mid-year resolutions that we want to do. We want to start doing more videos because we have not stopped stitching. And we have not stopped shopping.
We have too much to show you.
Not enough shopping either. So we're going to try to make we've said this before, so we're a bit of a broken record, but we're going to say we're going to do more videos. But with now me being creative director, because we're using...
She's taken on creative director.
We're using my iPad, so...
The trailer that we just posted, posted 4 weeks ago, was all her.
That's true. But it's... Those that know the format know that I can't
take too much credit for it. Okay.
But
I think it was fabulous.
We are stepping up our game, and so we'll see. I want to get into editing and doing all that kind of stuff, so we'll see. No promises at this point.
If you see drop down things like written text at the bottom, we're still figuring it out.
Maybe we can insert picture here and it'll pop up. We got our thinking caps on, so we'll see. But anyway, we're at Jennifer's new place. Well, I guess you can't really say it's new anymore. You've been here a while
But the last time we would have filmed at my place, I was sitting in front of a small bookshelf with my craft stuff in our bedroom.
You in your bedroom.
Yeah, I was sitting on the floor. Because we were waiting for the basement to be finished.
Which is where we are now.
So that we could be in my new craft room.
I wish you could see it. This whole wall is cabinetry, and it's all like half open. It's really nice. One day maybe we'll take you on a tour. We don't want to finagle the camera too much because
a tour could be in the future.
Yes, I think that's definitely a must. I've had one and should probably do another one because my craft room has changed.
It's changed a lot.
Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna jump right into it.
It's so nice to have a craft room. The only thing I will say though, and I told you when we filmed a video in our old house, is that I had a door on my craft room, which was key, and there was a lock on it, so I could.
There was a lock.
Yeah, I could lock the door. I don't know why. When we bought the house, it had
maybe
a lock.
Someone used it as a bedroom.
Maybe, I don't know. But that was nice to have a door and a lock. Like, this is more open concept, and then like we have a living room back there, and my daughter has a desk area. Yeah, so like I constantly interruptions, and my husband's office is behind us over there. So yeah, but you know what? I'm really fortunate to have a space that I can keep my stuff and come down if I need a pattern, because I stitch all over the house, not just in my craft room.
That's true.
Anyways.
Yeah, so we had to try to decide what to show because we didn't want a super long video. So we're going to kick it off and talk about Stitch North, which is what the trailer, all of those clips, Jennifer filmed all of those actually on
a Sunday night or Sunday morning.
The Sunday morning?
Yeah.
Really? Are you sure?
I think so.
I think it was Saturday. It doesn't matter. But she was able to look at all the vendors.
Remember. Maybe you're right.
Yeah, but we won't go into too much detail because there have been some fantastic videos already out that has talked about the retreat, but it was really good. It was so nice to get back to retreats again. Highly recommend. We're going again next year.
It was in Brampton.
It was in Brampton, Ontario, just outside of Toronto. It was actually only 12 minutes away from my office. So I went into the office that day and went right. It was the best commute I've ever had because it was around the corner.
I know. Don't you wish you lived so close to work?
Yeah, it would be nice. But I get to work from home some days, so can't get closer than that. So we've already signed up for the retreat next year. I think there might be still some spots available for May. She's going to go on 2 different weekends.
2 weekends. We will be going. We signed up. And we're going to the April weekend, so if you are signed up, I think then that one's full. The April weekend's full right now. I mean, a lot can happen in a year. If somebody can't go, maybe they can open up some spots.
Yeah, considering I think we signed up for this retreat and others 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So
it was so amazing to be in a room full, like we've said it before, like to be in a room full of women and men that do the same stuff as we do.
But
like,
you know
it's
what?
Great.
I think I was saying to you, so we went with our mom as well, and we all shared a room. Some moments during it, I felt like pandemic what? Like, it was just so natural to be, like you said, around fellow humans that to the same thing as us. And then other times, it would be like, whoa, I haven't been in a room with this many people in a long time.
Yeah, like sometimes I forget that we haven't done stuff like this in so long.
It was a very strange experience.
Yeah.
But,
and then sometimes it would be like, this is too much. I think I have to go back to the room.
And we did.
And just have some quiet time for a few minutes, especially after shopping. Shopping was amazing. There were vendors.
And we shopped. It was funny when we were at the table.
That was so fun to have the shop, the vendors there, so that you could see if you were shopping and going up to see if you were what you were buying.
You couldn't find Jennifer. Usually she would be over at one of the shops.
Usually I would be.
And then also it was a great way to meet people. Like Candace, there was one lovely lady that we kept going. Like we were shopping in the same direction, so we kept seeing each other at all of the different venues on the very first day. Vendors. And see, this is why we need captions, because sometimes I talk really fast and I don't say the right words all the time, like the emaciated, emancipated. So I need little subtitles below me to say, nope, she means this.
Yeah.
But
it's because we're excited and we're talking fast and we're just blah, 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 we're excited. Yeah. We love stitching. I mean, I wish we could make money stitching. You do model stitching, but I wish that hey, if anybody has any ideas, let me know, because I went to work today. I worked all day, and this is a Saturday, and I work tomorrow too, and I did computer training. My work is changing all their systems and everything, and so I had to do computer training, and I thought, man, if this was cross stitch, I would be flying through the training, and this would be so much fun. But it wasn't the fun stuff.
They always say the grass is greener, but that's not true. There's just more grass. So, if you had a shop, for example, then you'd be thinking cross stitch all the time, but you wouldn't be able to do it for yourself. So, it's just enjoy the moments you can, I guess.
Yeah.
It's very... Put that on a t-shirt.
Okay, so let's tell them who we were sitting with at our table. So, we sat together. Mom sat with us. Krafty Kim sat with us. Mm-hmm. Amanda sat with us, and actually
Lucky Chance Stitcher.
Yes, and she's on Flosstube.
She is.
And Kim's on Flosstube. Krafty Kim, yeah. And then also Kim brought her daughter, so that was really fun and her daughter was stitching. My mom helped her stitch. We all kind of gave her all the. I think she was overwhelmed with all the tips, but she did great. Mm-hmm. So that was really fun to have her. She was probably the youngest stitcher in the room. Actually, that's not true. There was a baby. Somebody brought their baby, and it was so cool that woman could go to I don't know her name. I didn't have a chance to talk to her, but that she could go to an event like that and bring her child. It was,
all are welcome in our community, right?
It was. I would never have been able to be brave enough to bring my little baby to. I wasn't that easygoing as a new mom.
All right. So why don't you show? Do you have it ready? What you were working on at the retreat?
Yes. I will show you. I didn't really think about that because everything's behind me.
Okay.
Okay. So I finish something that I was...
Did you have a finish, or you finished it afterwards?
I love this basket. I've showed this basket before. Okay, so, should I show you? Okay, I'm just gonna... Okay, so one of the things that I started at the retreat on, I think like the Saturday or something. I was gonna say the Sunday, but 5 minutes before the retreat was over, I'm like, I wanted to start this, and it was a huge rabbit hole, and so I had to do it. So I'll show you that in a minute. But this I started, my goal was to stitch a red piece and spring pieces. A red sampler and spring pieces.
Alright.
Because I had to stitch something red at the Stitch North, Canada, red.
Oh, I was thinking, how'd you come up with that? Ding dong.
Well, I kind of linked the two later on. Okay, so the project that I started...
We're a little rusty, folks.
Sorry. Oh, God, this is going to be a big... People are going to be like, unsubscribe. Okay, so I started this... I didn't really want to start it at the retreat because I was nervous I'd make a mistake, you know? So I started it a couple days before the retreat, and I finished it when we came home because it's so amazing. I did a pattern from here, Mary Ann Blackburn by Blackbird Designs. And this was the chart that I did. And the chart name is Spring Song Jewelry Box. And I finished it. I did it on Havana by Weeks Dye Works.
Nice one.
And I think it's a 30 count. But it's done. And I did it with most of the called for
now everybody
floss
may be very
overdyed.
familiar with Havana. It's not coming up in the true colors. It's more cognac. It's, I don't know how to describe it in real life.
Yeah, I don't know. It's if you have some Weeks Dye Works floss at home and you have Havana, it's pretty close to the floss because
really
the
nice.
fabric and floss are the same dye. So yeah, and this is an old Weeks Dye Works, and I love Weeks Dye Works fabric. I can't talk enough about Weeks Dye Works. I love them. I really enjoy stitching. I've got like a fluff on here. When I turn it and I don't see it.
And you said what count?
Anyways,
What count was it?
30 count. 30 count Weeks Dye Works, my favorite count.
2/2?
And I put a little H for my last name.
2/2?
2/2. Yeah, and I used most of the overdyed floss, but if I didn't have it or wasn't able to get it, you know, we all know it's kind of hard to get all the colors sometimes now. But then I just used the DMC. So, yeah, done.
Oh, really good.
And I'm not sure if I'm going to put it into a project bag or I'm going to frame it. I'll keep you posted. To be determined.
Because yes, she makes
started making project bags.
That's another new development.
Yes.
Really nice. I have been the recipient.
Yes. Actually, I can show you the project that was the big rabbit hole. This is a project bag that I made. And it's Peter Rabbit.
Peter Rabbit. I was about to say Peter Cottontail.
And I used Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch project bag tutorial to make it, which is fabulous. It's a fabulous tutorial. I've watched it 50,000 times.
I think she's coming to the retreat next year.
Is she?
I think so.
Well, that would be cool.
I apologize if not.
If she's not, you should come. Yeah. Liz, you should come. I don't even know if she watches our videos. Okay, the chart that I did. This is I started this 5 minutes before the retreat was over because I thought and I started it there, right? That's taking a really big risk. You think I'd bookmark it, but I got it from this book. It's Blackbird Design, Tending the Garden. And
so now that's
I
also
love
applique
everything
quilting,
in it.
right? It's not a cross stitch book specific.
Yeah, correct. And it's called My Grandmother's Garden.
Ooh, that's nice.
Isn't that pretty? And I've been wanting to stitch this for so long. And like flowers, it's the perfect thing to do in spring. So I started it on a purple fabric.
Yes, she was stitching on this on the last day. There wasn't much stitching happening on the last day. Personally, I didn't do any. Because we were just visiting with people.
That's why I'm like, okay, 5 minutes before the retreat's over, I have to start this because like I have to start this. So it's on 32 count mauve, and I'm using all of the overdyed floss.
All called for?
Yep, there might be one that I'm using DMC. And here we go.
I love the color.
So I start in the bottom right, and I'm just going up and around. And I love it. Oh, and there's one of the things that I purchased from the Stitch North retreat.
I
Needle
never
minder,
ended up
which is
getting that.
super magnetic.
I'm surprised you're using a needle minder.
I know, I don't normally use
Well, no, she has one on her project, but then
Yeah.
she puts her needle in the fabric.
No, actually, I can prove you're wrong. My needle's on the back.
This time.
I usually put it in the fabric.
Because it's an accessory, right? The needle minder.
So I'm super, sorry, good thing your tea wasn't on the table. So I was super excited to start that. And I think you can still get this book if you want it, Tending to the Garden.
Yeah, so it's got applique, quilting, like you said.
Yeah, actually, that exact chart that I'm stitching also is
Rug hooking.
rug hooking, which I thought would be really fun to do in punch needle for all the time I have, you know?
That's really nice, actually. I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Something our mom should do. She's a rug hooker.
Yeah. But you could trace the pattern from this and put it onto
I had
weaver's
big
cloth.
envisions of doing punch needle, and I brought it to the cottage one year, and have I finished
You just
it?
need more
No.
time. You just need more time.
Don't we all?
You just need more time. If you
So
have more
was that
time-
everything that you worked on? at
No,
the
I want to show
retreat?
you my red piece. One
That's
more thing.
right.
So my red piece is in my Evertote
And I have a
bag.
story about her red piece too. Inspiration it gave me.
What's the story?
We'll show the piece
Okay.
because it relates to what you chose.
So I was obsessed with finding a red piece for this retreat to stitch. And so I actually searched up red samplers on like a hashtag on Instagram, and I was able to look at all the red samplers
Ooh,
that
that's
people
smart.
have done. Yeah, and I just went through all of them, and I actually ended up finding somebody that stitched this Jardin Privé chart, and now I can't remember her name. I'm sure I've written it down, but Jardin Privé flower samplers. So pretty. And the person that was stitching, this is in color, all different colors, but the person that was stitching it stitched it in all red. So I thought,
monochromatic.
I gotta do that. I love flowers, and it's springy, and there's a bee in it, and yeah. So I am stitching this on 30. Oh, I know why you're gonna talk about this. 30 count parchment. How we forget, but we remember. And I'm stitching it with a DMC. I should write. Look, I don't know.
Combination of DMC and
Gloriana silk.
Gloriana. Ooh, it's like butter.
Oh, it's amazing. But if I'm being completely honest, the reason I'm stitching it with some DMC and Gloriana is because I only had one skein of silk, and I didn't know if I would have enough for the whole project, and I didn't know how I could get another skein if it was readily available. It was something I bought from 123 Stitch a long time ago because I
But
like
it
the
could be a
red.
different dye lot.
Yeah, and I was like, oh no, maybe I should just mix them in between. So I use a little bit of the DMC and then no rhyme or reason. I just one and the
Are
other.
you tweeting them or
No.
you're doing some?
Two strands of
mixing?
silk, and then sometimes I switch, and I'm like 2 strands of DMC.
It'd be really dynamic.
Yeah, can you tell that it's 2?
I can't. No, but I can tell where the
change?
Where I can just see when the variegation.
Okay, this is an example of I've got a needle minder in here,
It's a very
and
heavy
then my needle, it's very heavy,
See?
and my needle is just in the fabric. But
All the
anyways, 30 count parchment
That's not
by
coming up
weeks. No, it's not
much
coming up red.
either. No, the red is. But
Oh, is
the
it?
Parchment color.
Oh
It's
yeah.
looking a little more
Maybe
washed out.
I have-
IRL.
I feel like I'm on the sun here. I have so many bright lights in here. Anyways, I don't want to take up too much time because I want to hear from you. What?
No,
Your
I think I swallowed some dreads.
Oh. So that's really fun. I wanted to look up exactly what the DMC I'm using in case anybody's interested. I sparked somebody.
So she was stitching this at the retreat, and I decided I needed parchment in my life
Gloriana,
with the red project. So I bought some thread. I bought some
Schoolhouse Red. And then I am mixing in DMC 816. So if I was able to get, you see a full skein here, it's because I was able to get another skein afterwards. I called around. So, but that's okay. I'm going to have lots now, more than I need. So, that's it.
That's all you worked on?
Yeah, and this I actually found, okay, so at the retreat, I had 2 things in Q snaps, and I had my Kay's Creation frame on the table. And I stitched the first day with this big, which was the big red one, which is on my 11 by 11 Q-snap. And I found it really cumbersome at the retreat table, only because I'm not used to stitching with in that setup with people beside me. So, like, I found it hard to, I need to get a better setup with, like, my pattern and, like, because I felt like I only had my stand room.
Yeah.
So I got to figure that out. But I love working on it.
And because she was working on it, then I went, like I said,
She was kept asking me, like, what is that color again? Like, oh, I love it. The fabric.
So I bought some, and I'll do some type of red project. Although,
well, there was a shop there, Pastime Pieces, a needlework shop. And I said to her, well, they have Weeks Dye Works fabric hanging up on that wall over there. And she said,
which I had already
I said, how serious are you about wanting it? Because I thought, the more she was talking about it, I'm like, I want another piece. So I thought
she was convincing herself, enabling herself.
So then I said, well, how badly do you want it? And she goes, well, if they have one, I'll buy one. So I thought, okay, go straight over to Pastime Pieces. I looked and I found the parchment. She had one package left, so we bought it.
I bought it. And then I had bought a Brenda Gervais book of pin cushions. And I'm like, oh, it'll be really nice to use that. And you're like, you can't use that big piece for those little projects.
Did you bring the chart to show them? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm like, no. You can't cut into a big piece.
But that's my problem. So I buy this fabric because I like it, and then when I want to go kit something up, I don't want to use my fabric that I have because then it's gone. Once it's gone.
I know, and then what if you need something big and you need a fat quarter? I know. I
was
do
fully
that
ready
too.
to cut into this big piece.
You
for
were?
A slime. Well, I was gonna do a little one, but I got judgment, so I figured that's not appropriate. So what I worked
You do what
on,
you want to do.
So
I'm not judging you.
We went on a Thursday, so I had to pack for the retreat on the Wednesday, obviously, because I was going straight from work in the morning, and none of my projects were speaking to me. Does anyone get that? Where you've got lots of whips, but
yes,
nothing is speaking to you? That was my problem, so I didn't know what I wanted to work on. So I brought everything. I brought my huge big bag filled with projects.
Huge bag full.
I think I had like 10 projects.
You could have been away for months and had everything to stitch.
That's right. And what ended up happening? I just worked on one project the entire time. So I brought all of that. I lugged all of my stuff. I hoovered it all the way. And I only worked on one project, but that's okay. Live and learn.
I know what I kept saying to you. Are you still working on that?
No, I'm done.
Well, I know. Now you're done.
So this is what I was working on. By the Bay. Mom always says we don't hold it up enough.
Or long. Oh, it's so
Long
pretty.
enough.
Oh, that blue.
And this is in my Evertote bag.
Is that a new bag? I haven't seen it.
No,
Look at the cute little charm.
Yeah, it's got a little charm on the zipper.
What does it say? Believe. Oh, believe.
So, this was my project. Now, I've done By the Bay, the Cove series. I have done Winter Cove. And
it's framed.
And it's framed. I showed it in one of her videos.
You're so efficient. Look at you.
Ba-bam.
Oh, I love the fabric.
So this is on.
You left the tag on while you were stitching?
Yeah. It's ice blue, 36 count, Edinburgh linen. 36 count. I'm assuming it's Weigert? I don't know.
Yeah. Yep.
So look, I had this huge big piece.
What's the name of the fabric? Like the color or whatever?
Ice blue.
Oh. And actually, you have an interesting story about how you picked this ice blue, because didn't you pull a DMC that was in the chart, something similar, didn't you?
That was my other one. That was the Winter Cove that I did.
Okay. Never mind.
I liked the fabric. It was a blue, not this blue, a different blue, I think. And I had to do conversion, and the lovely lady at the shop helped me. So anyway, but this is my project.
It's so pretty. So do you think when you get this framed, you'll switch them out in that spot, or you don't know, maybe you'll keep them up all around?
Well, I'm going to have the same frame. So the frame that I had used was a white wash with navy lines in it, and they had a whole series of them. All whitewash, but different colored lines. So I want to get this frame with probably the pink lines. And then there's one that's the orange lines that I want to use for the Halloween cove.
Okay.
And there's a Christmas cove that would be red. So I want to have the same frame And to answer
You hear that?
To answer your question,
He's sneezing.
I have it in my house, in my living room. And Mike's like, well, we can put your other one on the other side. So we don't, seasons are seasons, but we keep things out. Like, I have my Santa out 365.
Yeah.
Because why not?
Yeah.
So anyway, so I'll just zoom in a little bit. So my mom had to teach me how to do French knots.
Oh yeah, at least you got a little tutorial there.
So, like, I've learned to do them, but I couldn't really do them. So she did it. And then she left. So she went to go talk to people, and so she left. And I had, like all the eyeballs are French knots. Oopsie daisies.
All of them?
All of them.
Oh, okay.
You can't even tell. So...
No, you can tell.
No, in the video.
Oh, okay. Can I look at it?
So it was funny. So...
Oh.
She left, and I was having trouble getting... Like, I would do the loop and getting my thread back down. Mm-hmm. It wasn't of the fact it was too loose. I couldn't get the needle through.
It was too thick.
It was too thick. So she leaves me. She abandons me. She left. And then, so I'm struggling on my own, and I did one. And then I did another one. And I'm like, and I showed it to her. I'm like, look at my French knot. She's like, that's not a French knot.
Well, because it was kind of flat. It didn't have enough oomph to it.
Because I had to do it a couple times. But anyway, I thought it was a funny story.
Trying. Really.
But you know what? Once it's framed, you'll never know.
It's so cute. And a little sheep at the bottom. Oh my goodness.
So, that's...
I love the little the necks on the birds in the nest. Like, they're like going like this, like out of the nest. Mm-hmm. Woo! I want to show them again. Mm. Yeah. That's so pretty. Good job.
So, I think that one had all the called for. I didn't do any conversions. This is the,
Oh, is that the next one?
That's the Halloween Cove. So, this one is where I want the frame, where it is, it's the lines in the frame are orange. I thought it would look good. And look at the little ghosties.
You know what? In another video, maybe you should show them the winter one.
Well, I was going to
just for some reference.
Yeah, I was going to take this one to the frame shop today, but it didn't work out, and I knew we were doing this video tonight, so I'm like, I have to show something. So maybe by the time in our future video coming up, I'll get it framed and I'll show them 2x2.
There's a few things about this Halloween that I love. I don't know
if I'm going to do the witch. What's your thoughts on her?
I like the witch because I like her broom. It's like satin stitches. Look at the broom. Like, that looks amazing. So I do the witch, but she needs a pointier nose. But maybe I love how the spider is like coming down from the moon. That is so cute.
That.
Yeah.
And the ghosties.
And like the trees are purple. That's amazing.
So if you hold that up, it's the same series. If you hold that up, so it's the same house. The sailboat is in a different, like...
Oh!
The sailboat's a little different. But it's the same house, the same hill.
And look at the cat at the bottom on the hill.
And the tombstones.
There's a little cat. And the tombstones. Oh my gosh.
Donna Bayless is by the bay, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I just love her stuff.
I know. Definitely you have to do the witch.
So I have that one. I think that's the only one I have of the series. The Christmas Cove is poinsettias, like where the cranes are and where the pumpkins are.
So is it the same kind of setup with the hills on, like...
And the tree.
And okay.
Yeah, because if you look, the tree is different. Excuse me. The tree is the same, but a little bit different for each season. Like the Winter Cove one, it was icicles.
Oh.
Where the pumpkins are and the storks. And I think the boat had no sails.
Okay.
But you're making me want to start that now. So,
well, you know, if you stitched it now, you'd have it done and you could have it framed by Halloween.
Mm-hmm. I like to stitch in the season we're in. That's the only problem. So, I was feeling spring. I just did a new start last night. So, I was feeling... I like to stitch in the season we're in.
I can't believe that you stitched that the whole weekend.
Well, it was so close.
I kept saying to her, aren't you going to get something else to stitch? Aren't you going to get something else?
I really wanted it done.
You were so determined.
And it was funny because the one project I didn't bring was my fox and rabbit bees, the honey makers, and I only have the back stitching on the one bee left to do. And
sometimes back stitchings I don't find backstitching fun.
No, but it's backstitching with, I think, the Rainbow
too.
Gallery. I want it done because I want to take this to the shop to get framed, and I want to get my honeybees.
So you actually finish things and then you take them right to the framers? Like you don't stack them up, or you do pick and choose?
No, I got a whole stack. Like my primitive hair. I have my fairy tales that I really want to get framed.
Oh yeah.
Because I've gotten Red Riding Hood and Cinderella done. I kind of lost interest in my Snow White because the count is bigger, I think, so she's massive. I think I might restart that. I hate to say it.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't match the other two. And I want to get them all.
Is there something else about it, too, that you weren't, like, super fussy on? I forget. I don't know if it was, like, the color you chose, or...
No,
I forget now. It's been so long since I've seen it.
Well, it's been so long since I've worked on it. I really feel like it should be something that... I don't know. I find that I choose the wrong count on projects. That's like with my Hawker and Hollow. I feel like it's too big.
Are you sure? Or do you just leave too much time and then by the time you go back to it, you don't like it anymore? Because that's happened to me.
I don't know. No rhyme or reason. Okay. So next, I think we want to do our giveaway.
Yes.
So in our trailer, we made reference to the fact that we did giveaways. So one of the vendors... Which, it's funny, there was, how many vendors were there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6? 7?
There was, well, there were different, like, Tiny Modernist came.
Yeah.
But there was another vendor before her. They, like, shared the space.
I say each one was my favorite because I loved all of them. All of the vendors. They were fantastic. So,
I thought you were going to say all the floss. Yeah.
Well, all the vendors I loved, and I spent money on all of them. And so we're talking about my first favorite, in no particular order, but one of my favorites is Brin and Needle. So they are a new shop to me. I hadn't seen them in person before, any of their products. So they are a company out of Newfoundland, here in Canada, on the East Coast.
Yep.
And they do... they do hand-dyed floss, so 100% cotton floss.
6 strand.
6 strand.
DMC
and
base.
The skeins are 10 yards. 10 yards, people.
And when you say they, Patty,
Needle,
which is 4 boys and a Newfoundland girl on Flosstube, and Cheryl, dyed the floss. So, and the names they come up with are amazing.
So they're East Coast. And so they do hand-dyed floss, hand-dyed fabric, and then they also sell some notions and patterns. But their big thing is the floss. And they have such a cute idea. First of all, they have a fantastic logo. That's my line of work, so I love their logo and their name. But their names, each one of their floss is named after a Newfoundland saying or... something to do with their beautiful province, and they are so yummy. Their flosses, I wanted to buy them all, and actually one of the door prizes for the retreat was it was the Leo&Roxy. That was the complete
full
set
collection. So
when you're seeing all of these hand-dyed threads in person, like, don't you just want them all?
Yes.
And the Leo&Roxy was beautiful.
I think several times I went and bought handfuls.
That's right. So, Cheryl and Patty, you need to sell one of each.
To the point, I bought so many, I have to write a list of the ones I have because I would go back and I'd be like, okay, I love this. I bought 2.
But the fact that they're 10 yards, though, that buying one, like, that's a lot. That gives you coverage,
that's a great amount.
So I'm going to show some of the ones that I bought because I'm actually doing a project with them. And I might save my project for another video. Oops, I just dropped it. But I'm going to show... So I started stitching with them, and I can attest that I want them all now. They are just...
So you substituted the floss that was called for in the pattern with Brin and Needle.
Yes. So... This one I've already opened because I've stitched with it. It's called Valentine's Round the Bay Muffy Cakes. And I was in line and I'm like, oh my god, Muffy Cakes, that is adorable. I'm buying it just for the name. Let alone that it was like this beautiful pink color. and it's even more vibrant in person. And then so Patty was like, oh, do you know what a muffy cake is? I'm like, no, but it's adorable. She's like, that's like their slang for making out. I'm like, that is so cute. So
that is such a cute name.
Such a cute name. So making out, like how clever is that? And then this one's Patty's Day on George Street. Like look at the speckles.
I'm not sure.
No, they do show the speckles because she was stitching on something.
Like I don't know what that one means. Like they have so many floss in their collection.
Well,
that
Patty's Day is St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, and then
probably
it's
George
green.
Street is probably like Main Street.
Yeah.
This one is berg hunting. Maybe it's as in
That's
an
a beautiful
iceberg.
blue.
Like look at this beautiful blue. This is all these colors. I bought more, but just these colors are the ones I'm subbing in my current project.
It's so interesting. You bought different colors than I
Iceberg Alley,
bought.
because it's about what you're attracted to. I like bright colors, vibrant colors.
Yeah.
I know Kim, for example, she likes fall autumn colors.
Yeah.
So she bought beautiful browns and oranges. I showed this one already. Gift of Gab.
You know what? These floss would look amazing.
That pillar is actually really good for your
Yeah. You know
floss.
You know what? These floss would be amazing used in a prairie schooler because prairie schooler uses DMC. So if you put in one of these, like, oh, zhuzh it up.
Iceberg Alley. So these are just some of the floss that I grabbed. So yeah, guys, 10 yards. Like,
One of the many times that I was at
you could do a fair-sized project.
Patty's booth, I was just in shock. Like I didn't know where to look from one end to the other. Like
because she had them all on the table.
Yeah, and then someone
she
else
had a
would
rack.
walk up, and then they would be standing there in shock, and like, I just like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful.
So the reason why we're showing that these beautiful flosses, and I've stitched with them. I really like them. They're just so vibrant. I'm actually stitching it on their fabric too, so we'll get into that as well. But Brin and Needle.
Yeah.
So they have a website, so they're an online shop, and definitely we'll link it down below their website.
The drop-down
and
box.
they're on socials as well. So we've got a giveaway. We've got 3 of the flosses.
Yeah, Patty and Cheryl
Brin Needle.
generously gave us 3 skeins to give away
To
on
share.
our channel to share and spread the love because you all need to stitch with this floss.
They ship
Amazing.
worldwide.
They ship worldwide, and we will ship anywhere. So if you would
The
like,
winners of the
Yeah.
giveaway.
so I've got 3 skeins of floss.
So we're going to do 3 winners.
Okay, so I'm going to show 3 separate winners. Oh my gosh, I love the names because I wanted to pick floss that I love the names. So I've got Muffy Cakes.
Because why not, right?
Because
You got to put it on the...
but then my arm's in the way.
There you go.
Muffy Cakes, which Alison's using for the project now.
And it lays really nice.
Ask Your Mother. Oh, that is so pretty. And it's
got some pink in it too.
yeah, and like I've been stitching because I've been doing spring with a lot of pink floss with Blackbird design. And this, so Ask Your Mother. Sorry, Patty, I can't say it like you. You say it the best. I kept saying, what's this one called? What's this one called? What's this one called? Because I wanted to hear it in her
I bought
Newfoundland
this one
accent.
as well. And I think it would be like really good like as an egg.
Yeah.
Actually, I might
And this one,
do that.
yeah. Things your father keeps in the shed. Sorry. I'm not saying it very nicely.
Turn the tag around so they
Oh,
can read it. It's everything's handwritten too.
Yeah. And one of the things I just want to say is that Cheryl and Patty came with all of their floss on the plane. So they didn't ship anything to Ontario before. Like, I think that's correct.
Yeah,
It
I think
came
so.
with it.
I think so. And their trip back would be a lot later.
Yeah.
Because
Because there were colors
even
selling
just
out.
Well, the last day, because I got this
You went back
pattern.
again, didn't you?
I went back multiple times.
Yeah.
But when I decided, I got this pattern that I bought from Pastime Pieces, another shop that was there. I'm like, oh, I'm going to sub for all of my colors with Brin and Needle because they're vibrant colors. It's a spring piece. It's a Luminous Fiber Arts one, I think. And I wanted a orange, I think. And by the time I went back,
It was sold out.
they had very
I wonder if
little.
I bought it.
Did you buy an orange?
Do you want to see the... I gotta show these ones. These are the ones I bought. Is this the orange?
That is an orange, but I think I might want like more of a
This is Lassie
primary
Mauve.
orange. Primary color.
Can I show them all the different ones?
Go ahead. What
Okay.
time are we? We're at 40 minutes. We're almost done.
Okay, so here we have Me Old Trout. And I think it's such a pretty, like, rosy salmon color.
So I hope you ladies come back next year.
Oh, please come back,
because
please.
We have
Well,
holes
really,
in
I might have your whole
collection.
collection by the time. Okay, and then Ask Your Mother.
You got that one too.
Yeah, I got that one. Sweater After the Frost. Are yours at home?
Yes.
Oh, I bought 2 Sweater After the Frost. Sweater After the Frost. Long Johns.
That's
Long
nice
Johns.
color.
Beautiful red. Like, that's like, oh. And then Sawin. Oh, I bought 2 of those. I like that so much. Bought 2. And the Haunted Hike.
I bought that one because I wanted
Just a
to
beautiful
try their
gray.
black
Like a
grays.
dark. I would use this for black or like a roof. That would be a really good roof color.
Yeah.
The Haunted Hike.
How adorable.
Mabon. Which is a
What
nice,
is it?
lovely brown. It's called Mabon. Mabon. I bought that. And I think that would be really good, like, for trees.
Good bark.
Yeah. Turnt.
I don't know if I got that one. I think I
I'm
may have.
surprised.
I think I may have.
Really beautiful, vibrant green. Oh, Yule. Which is a gorgeous mustard yellow.
That's really nice. That would be nice with a blue, like a navy
With a little
blue.
bit of green in it.
Oh, a little
Really
bit of
pretty.
something with a navy.
Lassie Moggs, which I think I just showed that a few minutes ago. But that's like a, you know what? That reminds me of Fall Leaves from
Be nice for a fall
Falling
project.
Leaves from Classic Colorworks, which I love that color. So, you know, now I can substitute. Okay, and then I got Things Your Father Keeps in the Shed.
I think I got that one too.
Oh, look at this one. All the Tuts.
Tuts. I think I got that one too. Like, come on.
Oh my gosh, guys.
10 yards. A ski.
Yeah. Holiday Ran the Bay, Nan's Tea Cozy.
It's
Look
got a
at-
little bit of blue in it.
Yeah. Anyways.
So we've got three flosses we're giving away. 3 winners. We'll ship anywhere. Be 18 plus, and
Be a
the-
subscriber.
Be a subscriber, and in the comments below, we want to know if you could go anywhere in the world for a retreat. Where would you want to go?
Yeah.
And like in this scenario, COVID doesn't exist. There's no pandemic. So where would you want to go?
Yeah.
I think Newfoundland would be really nice to go to. Scotland, because I want to see castles and sheep. Or Ireland.
Prince Edward Island would be nice.
I want to see Green Gables. I've never seen Green Gables and PEI. There's just so many places. So it's hard to choose. So you let us know, where would you want to go if you could go anywhere?
If I could go anywhere for a retreat, I think I was gonna say somewhere hot because
You want to stitch?
I was just gonna say maybe I don't want to stitch in the heat with, like, you know, being sticky and sand, and I've never done that, so
No, you want to be warm and cozy.
I don't know. I don't know.
So give her some
There are
ideas.
so many places. Give us some ideas.
So that is our first giveaway. Now we also have other giveaways that we're going to save for future videos so that we can spend some time talking about the actual where they come from, the shops, because everything that we're giving away, before we figured that out, we made purchases, and we're buyers of it. So we want to we want to spread love. So stay tuned for future videos.
We also want them to come back to the next retreat.
Yes, please come back. Pastime Pieces was fantastic. I really liked them, and the needle minders. Whew. Okay.
Those are beautiful colors that you've chosen for your substitutions.
Thank you. So you'll have to come back to our video of the next one where we talk about which project. So we're at 45 minutes. So I think that's a wrap on Flosstube number 31.
What about our haul? We never.
I think we need to have a separate video for that.
Okay.
So
I think that's a great idea.
So we'll come back. And so on the Instagram, I am Strawberry Stitcher.
And I am Simply X Stitchin'.
That's right. We'll also link it below. And
in the meantime, before we're back, come to our Instagrams and see what we're stitching. That's
right. And thank you to all our new subscribers, returning subscribers. We had really positive feedback on that little teaser video of us coming back. So I think that's it. So we're at 46 minutes. So until next time, happy stitching.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.